All right. So, good morning, everyone. We're going to play today with the inner thighs, the adductor muscles, and the adductor muscles are responsible mainly for drawing the leg back to center. And the way that I learned it when I was studying anatomy is you think of the legs, adding the legs back in. So this kind of movement is adductors. And there's a lot of ways that we can play with that in yoga to strengthen these inner thighs, which don't really get a lot of work otherwise. They can tend to get kind of weak if we're not paying attention. And they're really important. You'll see, even if we do, say, a forward fold and we come up from that forward fold, if we don't engage the legs and engage the adductors, all that weight of that lifting back up can move into the lower back. But I wanted to read a couple of quotes um, because I was thinking about gate pose and gates and, kind of where all of that goes as we go down the rabbit hole. And there was a quote by Joan Bauer, Bauer, and she says, sometimes just getting up in the morning and standing at the gate can bring the gate down. And I love that idea because sometimes when we are trying to do something, whether it's yoga, whether it's just showing up to a yoga class, or something so much bigger than that, a move or a change in our lives, it can seem really daunting. And the hardest part, the first step is always getting to that front door, right? Getting to the gate. And sometimes once you get to that place, you realize that the obstacle isn't nearly as big as you thought it was. And so I love how she says that um, sometimes just getting up in the morning and standing at the gate can bring the gate down. Woo! I love that. It actually sounds pretty powerful. So, all right. So, with that, grab your strap and come on down to your backs. We're going to get good and warmed up. For my new folks out there, I do give lots and lots of modifications. So, if there's something we do that you don't like, it doesn't feel good in your body, we figure out another way around that. So, come on down to your backs and just have your strap nearby. And let your feet stay on the floor and feel your body this morning. Feel your breath. Feel the shoulders descend down toward the floor. The chin is nice and level. You feel yourself, your head resting just nice and centered at the back of the head. You feel the four corners of your feet on the floor. And start to draw the breath in and exhale it out. Good. Drawing the breath in and exhaling it out. Good. Staying with the breath here, just taking a deeper breath. Exhaling it all the way out. And three more right here. And exhale. Two more. And exhale it all the way out. And then take both of your hands, interlace those hands, press it down toward your legs. So you're like stretching out. It's like if you were going to crack your knuckles, right? And you just stretch through there. And then inhale, let the arms come up. Exhale them back behind you. And if this hurts the shoulders in any way, go ahead and release those hands. They don't have to stay interlaced. And then inhale them back up to the ceiling. Exhale, palms down to the belly, maybe up toward the chest. Good. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, press back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring them in. Good. 3 more right here. Exhaling overhead, starting to warm up upper body. Exhaling back. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, big deep breath out. Inhale it up. Exhale in. Good. And then the next time the hands are pressing up to the ceiling, just hold it there. Just hold it there. Bend both knees, or knees are already bent. Bring both knees to chest. And then wrap those hands around the knees or behind the knees. Okay. So if this kind of compression in the knees is too much, just hold on behind it. You don't have to bend them that much. And breathe as you draw those knees into chest. Keep your right leg in and stretch the left leg nice and long. And then lift that leg up to the ceiling. Exhale it down almost to the floor. Big tone to the belly here. Inhale the leg up. Exhale down. And then bring that knee to chest. Hold on to your left knee. Stretch the right leg nice and long. Feel that sweet little stretch front of the thigh. Inhale the leg up. Exhale the leg down. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Bring that knee to chest. Hold the right knee in. Stretch the left leg nice and long, everybody. Take the right arm up, left arm up to the ceiling and let that hover in the space above your head. Okay, so both joints are hovering. Your right leg is just into chest. You don't even need to hold on to it if you don't need to. And then inhale both limbs up. Exhale both down. Good. Bring them up. Just a little bit of core work, a little warming up of shoulder hip joints. And up. We got 2 more right here. Squeeze them up. And down. Yep. Last one. Squeeze up. And down. See if you can hover here. If you want just a little bit more, extend the right leg up to the ceiling. We've got all kinds of stuff going on as the belly tones in. Be mindful of your lower backs. Don't let that hurt. You can always take both hands underneath and then bring everything back to center. Oh, yeah, that feels good. Starting already. You know, I like to get core out of the way early. So let's leave the left leg in, take the right leg out, take the right arm out, draw the shoulder to the floor, and then let it hover just a few inches off the floor, leg and arm both hovering. Remember, you can hold the back of that knee. And here we go for 5. Squeeze them up and slowly let them descend back down. Squeeze up. Exhale it down. Squeeze up, everybody. Exhale. 2 more. Squeeze it up. Slowly let it go back down. Last one. Squeeze. And exhale. Hold here. Tone the lower belly. If you want a little bit more, the left arm extends out or up, and the left hand lets go of that leg. So here we are. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Just a little core work. Your head, your neck should be super comfortable here. No strain, no pain. And bring everything back to center. Whew, good job, everyone. And then grab your strap. Ideally, your strap is long enough. I should have cued this, but you do want a little loop in your strap. Not a big one, a little one. Even I have mine still a little bit bigger. Kind of, you know, like just a little circle. And then hold the whole strap and place the strap at the bottoms of both feet and take both legs up to the ceiling. And then level out your strap so it's pretty equal on both sides. You have one hand holding each end of your strap and slide the legs out. Hopefully your strap is long enough so that you are in a wide leg pose. press through the shoulders, kind of draw the shoulders, arms down toward the floor, and then push against your straps. So you're really working, I feel the inner thighs more than anything, which I find interesting because we're pushing out, which is more outer hip or abductor muscles. But press through the strap, press, 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 and then slide the strap in, slide the legs in, and let them go back out again. Good. How wide you go is up to you. It's different for everybody. It depends on your legs, your hips, your hamstrings. So please don't worry about anybody else or what anybody else might be doing. Just feel what's going on for you. Push out against your strap and feel the energy of those legs. Keep the sacrum on the floor. So if you're rounding your back up, try to press down through the sacrum. Big deep breath and slide them in. Good. And then bend your knees, and I want you to take your loop around your right foot only. Right foot only. And you're going to hold on to that strap with your right hand. Just be mindful here. If you have low back stuff, you can take the left hand kind of under the left sit bone. So if you could see the other side, it'd be my hand just resting underneath there. That's just for support, but otherwise you don't need it. You can take the left hand out to the side, palm face down. Tone your belly. I want you to take both legs out and breathe. And then press through this right side, this right strap, and imagine both legs trying to come back together. So I'm isometrically holding the legs, but I'm trying to squeeze them back together. Inhale and back to center. Exhale, resist as you go slow back out. Inhale, center, squeeze in. Exhale, out. So the strap is just supporting one leg. Good. And bring them in, squeeze, take it out. 2 more. Squeeze them in. The feet are flexed. The toes are all pointing in the same direction. Squeeze and just slip your left foot in. Take your right foot out. Take the strap in your right or your left hand. And pause for a moment. The legs are together. And then open up against a little bit of resistance. If you're having trouble with the legs here, and I should have said that, you can bend the knees to ease up those hamstrings, or hands underneath sacrum, and you don't worry about the strap. Squeeze them in and open up. Good. Squeeze in and out. Squeeze and out. Squeeze it in and out. One more here, everyone. Squeeze and out. Squeeze them back in. Take the strap out. And then both hands, just your thumbs kind of underneath the sacrum. And then imagine sitting on those thumbs. So you're not really tilting the pelvis, but you want to make sure you don't round too much either. You're going to pretend you're a frog. Watch the knees here, everybody. You're just going to bend the knees and bring them out to your sides and then press them up to the ceiling. Good. Bend them out to the side and up. Squeeze down, up. Squeeze them down and up. Good. 2 more. Squeeze down and up. We're almost done here. Squeeze and up. I want you to take both hands inside both thighs. Open the legs up to your comfort level. Remember, the knees can be bent. That's okay. And then with those hands on the inside thighs, I want you to try to squeeze the legs back together. Isometric work. It's awesome. Breathe, squeeze, 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 and just release. Good. And again, squeeze in, tone the belly, your upper body, your head, neck shouldn't be clenching or anything like that. Your jaw should be soft. And release. One more. Whew. Are we feeling these babies already? Right? Breathe and release. Take those same hands to the outside of your thighs, right? The IT band, the iliotibial band, runs from the hips to the knees. I want you to press those hands in. You can see my elbows are down on the floor. And then I want to try to push those legs out. Push, push, push. And release. Good. Just 2 more. Push and release. Good. Last one. Push out push, push, and release. Knees to chest, everybody. Oh, good. Little bit of knee circles here. And then roll yourself over to one side. Take your time. Press yourself all the way up to a seat. If you normally sit on a blanket, you can go ahead and grab your blanket. You're going to need that strap again, so keep it where you can grab it. And then just easy pose. Now, not everybody can sit with their legs crossed like this. The knees don't like it. And so if that doesn't work for you, you can take the legs straight and bend them and put your feet on the floor. I'm okay with all of that. I don't want you to sit in pain. So inhale and reach up. As you exhale, I'm mirroring here, right hand down, left arm over. Soften that right shoulder, right? It tends to roll forward, and we want it to roll back and down away from the ear. So just a nice stretch through this whole left side. Press down through the left hip. Don't overextend the fingers, right? Just keep them soft, but lengthened. Breathe and inhale up. Go to the other side, pressing the left hand down, stretching through the right side, pressing the right hip down. Trying to keep the chest from rolling forward. See if you can keep it open. And inhale, both arms up. Take the arms to cactus pose. Twist to your right. Breathe. And then let your left hand come to the right knee. Let your right hand come behind you. It can either be behind you on the floor or it can wrap around your back. Easy on the cervical spine, easy on the neck. We tend to overreach there instead of moving this twist through the belly. Release both arms, take them up. Cactus arms, twist to your left. So this is where we feel that twist moving through core. And then release the hands down, open up the shoulders. Find your breath. Nice, inhale, take it up. Exhale, release it down. Good, roll it out, shake it out, everybody. So you're gonna take your right leg out to the side. Okay, so it's not right in front of you like Janu Sirsasana, out to the side. If you have struggles with a hyperextended knee or just pain in your knee, you can take a blanket or a towel underneath the knee, just so it doesn't go too far. You want a straight leg, but you don't want it to hyperextend back. And I'm babying a little knee thing here, so I'm going to be sweet to myself and put that there. Good, have the strap near you. We're going to use it in just a second. So this other knee, by the way, if this compression hurts, take it out. You can also take a towel or a washcloth there. And if your knee is pretty high up because of this hip structure, just take your block underneath that knee. All right. So inhale, everybody, reach up. As you exhale, right leg out, right hand comes down to the floor, and we just want to stretch. So try not to reach your foot here. Just stretch toward that kind of corner of the ceiling. Press down through the left side and feel your side body. Woo, big stretch here. Just breathe. And then inhale, both arms up. I want you to turn your whole torso toward that leg and then come forward, a little forward fold here. Draw the shoulders back, lengthen through the spine. I am not a huge fan of over rounding through the spine, so I will reach through that spine, lift the chest, move the whole torso over the leg instead of just trying to touch my nose to my knee. I don't need to do that. And breathe. So sometimes we move through poses and stretches quickly. Sometimes we linger to see what our bodies have to say, what our bodies have to offer this morning. So just take a nice, easy breath. Now, I know some of you easily can reach the foot, and if you want to do that, that is okay. Just notice what you're doing to your spine in the process. How does the hamstring feel? Can we get out of how a pose is supposed to look and instead move into how this pose is supposed to feel in our particular bodies? So we're just moving through those hamstrings on this side. And then use the hands, lift the chest, press all the way up and bring that leg back to center. Release that other leg that's been bent for a while and shake it out. Good. And then go right to the other side. So your left leg, if I'm mirroring here, the left leg is out. I'm going to cushion behind my knee. Flex a foot, nice energy here. Your other leg is comfortable. Maybe that block is underneath the knee to help with that hip structure. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, you're good. Let's see. Okay. I forgot what I was doing for half a second. And reach down, take that hand to the floor, can come to the leg as well, and stretch over. So again, try to press down through the right, try to reach with the right fingers, and notice where your chest is in space. So when we're really tight in certain areas, or this is too much of a stretch, we're going to start to round forward. And in this side stretch, we don't really want to do that. We want to try to stay centered, even if we're way up, right? Even if we're mostly upright. So breathe, watch the head, the neck, right? We don't want to drop that ear to shoulder, strain the neck. It's just nice and level. And then inhale, both arms up, turn to face your leg and take it forward. Draw the shoulders wide. Feel your body. Feel what's happening on this side. I always marvel at the differences one side of my body to the other, even after years of yoga and all kinds of other things that I've done. So we just breathe, we pause, we wait. We stand at the gate, right? We stand at the gate and try to get a sense of what's happening. I love that analogy of standing at the gate and then just watching that gate disappear, watching that obstacle go away, because we have faced our fear, we have faced our hesitation. Breathe. Good. Use the hands, lift up through head, chest, and come back to center. Release both legs, take them center. Shake them out. All right, so we're going to go back to the other side. So we're going to take that right leg out again. If it's okay for your knee, the left one comes in. And this time you're going to grab your strap. And you're going to take that loop right around your foot. It does not have to be tight. It's just around your foot. And we're going to find those sit bones, right? Sit nice and deep into the sit bones. As we inhale that arm up, we're going to take the strap in this hand. And what I tend to do is kind of wrap it so I don't have a lot of tail end of strap. But we're going to take that strap up and stretch through, making that connection from foot to arm to side body. And you can pull the strap back, right? A little shoulder work, and then lift up, and then pull down and lift up. Oh yeah. And last one, pull it down and lift, and just see where that body will go. Again, be mindful of what you're doing with your head. And then release, come on up. Nice, everyone, and switch sides. So find that pose for you. Wrap the strap around your foot. You can wrap the other end of the strap around your hands a few times if you kind of have a sense of the distance. And then inhale. As you take that hand to the floor, stretch the other one. And just notice your pose, right? Are you compensating because you're using the strap? Are you doing everything okay? The elbow can be bent, right? We're going to play here by pulling that strap and then opening it back up again and pulling and open. Good. Last one. Pull the little shoulder work and reaching, just feeling the side body bend, and then release it. Take it up. Take that strap off of your body and set that strap aside. You can set your blanket aside as well. We got one more on the floor. You're going to take both legs wide. Your heels are on the floor. Your toes are lifted up. And I just want you to reach the chest forward. This should feel good for a lot of us, right? As we extend through the chest, we extend through the spine, we get everything in alignment. And then I'm kind of holding on to my legs, like I'm pulling my legs back as if I could lift them off the floor as I draw the shoulders back, as I lengthen through my chest. Good. Just breathe, everyone. And then release it and round over those legs a little bit. So this is a supported rounding of the back. It's a little bit different for me. I'm using my arms and my legs together, so I'm not just hanging in space, but getting a nice little stretch for the back. And then take it up. Bring those feet a little bit closer. Choices here. You're going to either hang on to the legs and do just what we did before. All you're doing is kind of moving the chest through those legs. You're pulling back on the legs and you're just hanging out and getting a nice lengthening stretch through the spine. Or you're going to grab your big toes. You're going to see if you can get one foot off. See if you can get both feet off. If you're here and you got both feet off, whew, that's awesome, right? Otherwise, you're going to tone your belly and you're going to see if you can extend out. So wide leg boat pose. Whew. Breathe. You can bend and bring them back in. You can straighten. I got to swing behind me, a movable object, and open and bring it back. Little butterfly pose, cobbler pose, Baddha Konasana, and bring those legs together. Oh, good. All right, that's that, everyone. Let's come off of our little behinds. Now we're going to be on our knees for just a little bit. So maybe you take that blanket that you so love and adore and put it on the blanket where your knees belong. And then get a sense of that. Your blocks are toward the front of your mat. We're going to use those in just a little bit. So spread the fingers, tone the belly, press your left leg back, tone in again through the belly, lift the leg. And then bring the knee to chest, tuck your chin and stretch it out. And bring it in and stretch. Good. One more. Squeeze it in and stretch it out. This time I want you to take that knee to the outside elbow. Squeeze and press it back. Squeeze it over and press back. One more. Squeeze and press back. Good. This time squeeze and drop it down to your other knee. And then lift up. Some of you might remember these weird little hydrants, right? Poses that we used to do in aerobics class. And then lift and extend. Bend, extend out. One more. And extend out. Holy moly, drop that knee. Woo, shake it out. I'm going to turn myself around so I have some room. Woo, right. We feel that. Inner outer thighs. So let's start on the other side. I'm pressing the right leg back. I'm going to tone the belly in because what happens if I don't? I don't know. You can see this, right? This big old sway in my back. I have a very movable low back. And if I keep that sway, if I don't engage the belly, my back really doesn't like that so much. So I'm going to lift the leg. I'm going to keep that belly toned, engage the glute, right? And 3, knee to chest. Bring it in, tuck your chin or not, and then lift out. Squeeze and inhale, exhale, last one. And out. Bring that knee to your elbow or close and then press it back. Slow work here. Squeeze and out. Last one. Squeeze and out. Bring it to about 90 degrees. Drop it toward your other knee and lift and down. That's 2, down, 3, down. And let's do 3 extensions. So up and out, 2, and 3, and lower down. And if you can, child's pose. If child's pose for your knees is not a happy place, puppy stretch usually can do the trick. Big deep breath, everyone. That's it. And then come back to table. Flip your toes under and lift the knees, come to downward facing dog. Once you're in down dog, I want you to purposefully pedal your feet, right? You bend one knee and then the other. And the purposeful part is going slow enough that you feel the stretch through the back of those legs. Good. And then the next time your right knee is bent, just pause and let the left side stretch, left Achilles, calf muscles, right? We breathe, watch the hands, watch the shoulders, and switch sides, bend the left knee, stretch through the right, little tone to the belly. Good, lift both heels, drop your knees to the floor. Come on off those hands, ooh, shake them out. Right, even if you know what to do with those hands in yoga, right, that pressure on the hands and the wrist can get to be a bit much. So we take a second, we give them a little bit of oxygen, a little bit of love, and we come back down. Good, so again, tone the belly, press back through your right leg, lift that right leg, take the left arm out. Balancing table, right? Almost every class we do a little balancing table. Great core exercise, strengthens everything we got going. And then take that left arm and press it back behind you. Keep pressing the right foot behind you as well. Find the center spot. Release the left arm, release the right knee. Switching sides again, press through. Lift the leg, lift the left leg, tone the belly in, level it all out. Reach the right arm. Find your breath. Breathe. Notice what you're doing with your head, your neck. Try not to look up and forward. You're looking more at the top edge of your yoga mat. Reach the right arm back. Tone through everything. And release that hand. Release that leg. Flip your toes under, downward facing dog, everybody. Love down dog. Love, love, love down dog. If you're fairly new to yoga, you might not feel that way just yet, but it'll come. It really will. Check the shoulders, right? Make sure that your shoulders have a lot of integrity, that you're using the upper back muscles, those latissimus dorsi muscles. And then open the feet, take them to the edges of your yoga mat. Walk your hands back. Whew. Nice forward fold here. And breathe. If your blanket is on the mat, just set it aside. We're going to use it again fairly soon, but just set it aside so it's out of the way. Bend the knees, hands to knees, and come on up. Good. Shake out the hands, shake out the fingers. Let that blood flow come back down where it belongs. And grab both of your blocks. You're going to go sideways on your yoga mat and go wide. The blocks are going to be right in front of you. All right. I'm just going to move back a little bit. So forward folding, right? We talked about how the inner thighs have to engage, or don't have to, but when they engage, it does help. So let's experiment. So squeeze the thighs in isometrically, like as if you could close your legs, but the legs don't move. And feel what happens. What just happened? Those glutes engaged, right? So we feel that. If we are engaging the glutes and using them, we won't use the low back muscles as much to support this big old torso. So thighs draw in, glutes engaged. I want you to hinge from your hips and take your hands to your blocks. They can be up high, they can be medium, they can be low, really depends on how warmed up you are. Spread out through your feet and squeeze the inner thighs in. You should feel lots of activation going on in those inner thighs. The elbows are soft toward the floor. Your crown of your head is just reaching toward the floor. You're finding that forward fold. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze those inner thighs. And then lift up halfway. Lift up halfway. Squeeze your inner thighs. Take one hand to your hip crease, take the other hand to your hip crease, squeeze through your inner thighs to come up. And then assess if you felt a lot in your back or if you were okay there. Inhale, reach the arms up. Be super mindful here. I want you to swan dive, squeeze the inner legs, take your hands to your blocks or to the floor. Squeeze the inner thighs to reach up again. Exhale to your heart. Just one more there. And again, I know a couple of you, my darlings out there, who have low back challenges. So maybe you're only coming halfway. Maybe your forward fold is more supported and not kind of a free flow out. All right, inhale, reach up. Last one, squeeze the legs together, slow, right? Take the hands to your blocks. You can stay halfway up. You can bend the elbows and come down. And then start halfway up. Squeeze the inner thighs. By the way, I do tone my low belly when I'm doing this. And reach up. And exhale. Good. Walk the feet in a little bit. Grab one of your blocks. Now, this will seem really awkward, but do your best. If it doesn't happen, don't worry about it. If you can, you're going to take that block wide and do, I know this probably looks so weird, and you're going to try to sandwich it between your thighs as high up as you can. If your legs don't do this, go second level, second width, but if you can stay wide, go wide, okay? And I know we're not as wide as we would normally be, but I want you to get this sensation of what we really just did. So you're squeezing the block. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, squeeze the block as the hips go back, as the hands come to block or floor. And feel that block between your thighs. Feel yourself at the center of your feet, right? And even notice those inner arches of your feet. Are the ankles dropping into the middle? Your inner arches are kind of collapsing. Can you keep some lift there? Now, squeeze your block, lift halfway up. Squeeze the block to come up. Good, last one, down we go. And then inhale up. Exhale, hands to heart. And take that block out. Woo, yeah, good. And then same block, take it between the thighs. Bring the feet together, mountain pose, watch the backs of the knees, give that block a good squeeze. Often when I do wide leg stuff, I'll come back to this. It just helps for me to reset these muscles and reset the hips. And it just feels really good most of the time. All right, release. We got one more here with the wide legs. Blocks are at the front of your mat. And I want you to take the legs wide for you. Now, in yoga classes in the past, I've seen people go super wide so that they could put their head on the floor. And what I witness as a teacher is that the pose does not look stable. I can go a lot wider. There's just no reason I want stable, strong legs. I could care less if my head hits the floor or anywhere near it. So just some things to think about. Squeeze the inner thighs. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands come down to blocks. Keep them up a little bit higher here so the back is more neutral. Turn the toes out a little bit and then just bend one knee. As you bend that one knee, feel the stretch along the inner line of the leg of the other foot or of the other leg. And then center, go to the other side. Ooh, yeah. How low you go is up to you. Try to keep the foot on the floor and breathe. Also try to keep the hips back, right? It's going to be easy to send those hips forward and overshoot those knees a bunch. Try to keep the hips sitting back. And then take it to center. Bend both knees, both hands to both knees. Your torso's halfway up. I want you to push the torso up. Sit way back. If your knees tend to collapse in, I want you to go narrower. Okay. Knees press out. Imagine walls right here, either side. In fact, you could take your fingertips to either side. Feel the glutes engage. Feel the legs engage. Arms up for a moment. Thumb index fingers together, goddess pose. And breathe. And notice, right? So as we strengthen the legs, for some, you're here for a couple of seconds and you straighten the legs. For some, we're building to 5, 10, 30 seconds in this goddess pose with the legs super active, the hips, the glutes active, right? Hands can be here, hands can be here. How's it feel? Is your torso upright or is it doing that, right? Good. Let's just see if we can do 3 more. I did 4 fingers, but 3 more breaths right here. Good. Breathe it in and up. Exhale it out. Last one. Breathe it in and up. Exhale it out. Ooh, and then stand up. Good. Heel toe it in. Heel toe it in. Shake it out, everybody. I know. All right, bring those blocks back to the front of your mat. You're going to want your blanket underneath your knees. So you may want it. I'll say you may want it. Some of you have really thick mats, or you're on carpet, or you have happy knees. So you decide. So you're back at the front of your mat. This blanket can go down after we're down. So up to you. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, come on down, everybody. Hands are to blocks, but take the blocks down 1 lower. Lift your left heel, step over your blanket if it happens to be there, and lower your knee to the floor. And then adjust the front knee so that your front knee, front ankle line up pretty much one right on top of the other. Your blocks are wherever you want them to be. Notice the stretch along the front hip. Notice the engagement of the back glute. Ah, yeah. Just breathe, everybody. Feel that nice stretch. 1, you're here. 2, those hands come to your knee. Your torso gets taller. Maybe a slight tuck of the pelvis here. And then reach the arms up. Simple low lunge, nothing fancy. Exhale those hands to the floor. Hold your hands to on your blocks and lift your back knee off the floor. Optional. Turn your back foot to the side position. So we're looking at warrior 2, front heel, back heel, or front heel, back arch. But I want you to press into that back foot. Take your right hand to your right knee, lift up. Warrior 2. Find your breath. Good. Take back arm down. Lift the top arm. Watch the head. And then take your front forearm to your front thigh, extended side angle. Easy. All warm up. And then turn your torso toward the block. Straighten out your back foot. Lower your knee to the floor. And slide your right knee back. You can shake out your hips. And then step forward, left leg. Starting in an easy low lunge, just finding those stretches along the front quads, because as we know, I may say we're working with inner thighs, but it's all connected, right? We know that. So as we stretch the right front quadricep, thigh, and psoas, we engage the back glutes. Hands come to knee. Lift up through the torso. Take the arms up. Oh, find the breath. That's it. That's all we got to do is breathe right now. Release those hands to your blocks and lift the back knee off the floor. Optional here. Squeeze in through those hips. Turn your back foot to the side position. Make sure you feel sturdy. Engage that back leg. Push against the imaginary wall there. Take your left hand to your left knee. Press up, warrior one, warrior two. How does it feel? How does it feel? Take your back hand to your back thigh and stretch through that side body. Take the front forearm to the front thigh. Reach with the right arm. Feel the edge of your pinky side foot, that back leg, all the way to the fingertips. Release the arms, hands down, turn your back foot, lower your back knee, slide your other knee, move the blocks out of the way just for a second, walk the hands forward and find puppy stretch. And breathe. That's it. And then walk the hands back up. Listen up. You're going to step your right foot forward again. And here's where it might be just a little tricky. Hopefully your back knee is on a blanket. If not, it's all right. You're going to kickstand the back knee in so that your knee and your ankle are facing the right edge of your mat, right? And then you're going to come up. So it sounded more complicated than it was. You're simply on your, so I'm not mirroring here. You're on your left knee. Your right foot is out right leg is out at a 90-degree angle. And your left hip to knee is pretty straight up. So this is a variation of a lot of things, but in particular, gate pose. We talked about gate pose at the beginning. And I like this pose because you don't have that full leg extension. So we're going to start here. Your hand goes to your knee, the other arm reaches up, and you just stretch over, right? Your back foot is pressing into the floor. You're resisting the urge to take the whole torso forward. You're keeping that back knee, back hip in a relative straight line. And we're just getting an awesome stretch for that side body. Good. Just breathe, everybody. And then take the top hand to your side hip. I want you to push into it to reach the other arm, right? You really got to stamp the front foot to make that happen. Good. Both arms up. Exhale those hands to the floor. Swivel that knee back, swivel the foot back, switch sides. If you need to stretch out a knee or anything, go ahead and do that. So you're going to take your left foot forward. You're going to kickstand in the right leg. And sorry, I have my back to you at the moment. But feel steady, feel solid. Your right knee, right hip, right shoulder, all lined up. Your left leg coming right out from the hip, just the other direction. Good. Take your left hand or forearm to your thigh and stretch. And notice, right, the tendency to want to come forward with everything. Instead, stay in side body. See if you can keep that shoulder, chest open. Big deep breath. And then take the arm up, press into your hip, and reach the left arm over the left ear. Big deep breath, everybody. Inhale, both arms up. Turn back to the front of your mat. Check the knees, check the feet. Slide your left leg back to meet your right. And then plant your hands and come to down dog. And breathe. Maybe pedal out the feet. Take the feet together in down dog and hold. And imagine that you're squeezing a block between your thighs. And then step out with your left leg. Maybe you go wider than your mat. And then step out through your right leg. So you're in a wide leg down dog. Step in through your right. Step in through your left. Go the other way. Step out through your right. Step out through your left. Hold. Step in through your left. Step in through your right. Find your breath. Lower your knees to the floor. Find your breath. If you need a little child's pose here, a little sip of water, go for it. I have so much I want to do. My brain is like swimming just a little bit. We'll see how we do on time. But find your breath, shake out your hands, and then come back to table pose. So this time, your right leg is going to kickstand out a little bit to the side, like 45 degrees. Your right hand is in front of your shoulder, but in line with your shoulder. And then you're going to take your left leg and press it out to the side and see if you can plant that pinky side of your foot. So you're kind of sideways, right? Take your left hand to your hip. I call this quarter moon. I know there's a different name for it, but I've never found consistency, and it makes me think of half moon, only half a leg. So quarter moon is my word of choice, or my name of choice. So you're here, and take the left arm over ear and breathe. Press strongly through that pinky edge of your foot. Good. Lift the left arm up. See if you can lift the left leg up. Woo, squeeze right here. And find your breath. Good. Toes are pointing forward, not up. Belly is toned. You're stationary over that right knee. Lower the foot. Lower the hand. Release your pose. Shake it out. I'm just going to turn around. Really don't like having my back to everybody. So shake it out. Good. Same thing, other side. The left knee or the left foot kickstands out. The left hand is in line with the shoulder, but it's slightly forward, because when I lift the leg, what's going to happen? The whole body's going to come forward, and then I'll stack shoulder wrist. So that's why we do that. So you're here. Open up the hips. Press strongly through the pinky side of your right leg. Sorry, I'm not mirroring here. Good. And then press the hips forward. See it. Whoop. So keep the leg down for a second. Take the arm overhead. Right. So that's more the grounded version. Belly is toned. Or lift and take the arm up. Toes point forward, palm face forward. Use your breath, strengthening this upper body. Find your center of gravity. Find your center of stillness. Lower the leg. Lower the arm, everyone. Kickstand everything back in and find a resting pose. So it's either child's pose or down dog or hero pose, a variation of hero pose, or it's puppy stretch. Or maybe it's on your belly, right? Little 10-second nap. It's okay. Find your breath. And maybe while you're chilling out here and while you're finding that resting pose, you can consider if there is a gate that you are hesitant to walk through, right? Is there something that is holding you back that really is nothing on deeper inspection? It's something to think about. You don't even have to name it, but chances are we have a feeling, a sense of where that might be. All right, so from your resting pose, come on back up. I am on my knees. You're going to take one block to the outside. I'm going to mirror again, and I apologize for the back and forth, but there's a reason. It's because my brain doesn't always work with mirroring. So take that block to the outside of your right hip if you're following my mirroring. So you're on your knees, hold on to your block and extend the left leg out to the side and plant that pinky toe. Now, gate pose is interesting. It is traditionally taught with the toes pointing straight ahead and the toes down, which it's all I can do to get those toes down. It just, my foot doesn't like that. Sometimes I've seen it with your heel planted and the toes up. And the challenge for me personally in gate pose is that when my foot is forward, I have a tendency to hyperextend this knee because I have movement there. So for me personally, I drop that foot to the side position. It's for me slightly angled. I want you to find the spot for you, right? Does that feel good? Does that feel good? You can keep enough engagement in quads to not hyperextend. Can you turn it to the side? Also in gate pose, knee to front hip, right? Pretty much straight up and down. If it's a little bit off, that's okay, but you want the stability of that hip to knee alignment. You're gonna take actually we'll start on the other side. You're gonna inhale, we're gonna inhale, arms up, and then slide the left hand down the left leg as the right arm reaches up to that corner of ceiling and wall. The other caution here is I would never like plant my hand on the outside of my knee and let my body weight go there. You should be able to lift that hand up. I always think of, imagine that you have a butterfly underneath your hand and you don't want to hurt it. So maybe you cage the fingers up. Maybe you go below the knee. Maybe you stay above the knee, okay? So just little cautions there as we stretch side body. Do you feel that? Oh yeah. So as we stretch side body, we stretch the ribs apart. We stretch the intercostal muscles between the ribs. We breathe deeper because those ribs, those muscles are more pliable. Take both arms up. Exhale, hand either to outside hip or to the block and stretch over. Toes to fingers. Roll the right shoulder back, the one that's resting on your block. Roll that back. Breathe, tone the belly, stretch, lift both arms. As you exhale, the hips hinge back, the hands come to the floor. You slide that leg back in and you pause for just a second. Gate pose. So Iyengar said a really neat thing about gates. He said that yoga is the music of the soul, so do continue, and the gates of the soul will open. So gate pose. Here we go. Back up on the knees, the block goes to the outside, the leg goes to the side. You choose for you the direction that that foot should be that feels best on the knee, best on your hip, right? The hips are pretty level here. And besides the stacking, the other leg pretty much straight out from the hip, like it's not forward or back, it's pretty straight out. Good, inhale, take it up. Exhale, slide it down. Remember that beautiful butterfly under the hand, you're keeping it light. Breathe, the chest is open, the head is in alignment, we're not dropping it down. Somebody said, imagine all four sides of the neck being equal distance, right? So front, back, side, side, if they're equal distance, your head is in alignment. Breathe, you can play, can you lift that bottom hand and still hold, maintain that integrity? Inhale, both up. Exhale, hand to hip or to block. You can go high, you can go low. The ear, the arm kind of run alongside each other. We press through that long leg. Oh yeah, breathe, breathe. Inhale, both up. Exhale, both down, both hands down. Bring the leg back in. Face forward on your yoga mat. Plant your hands. Downward facing dog. Big deep breath. Take the feet wide on your yoga mat. Walk those hands back. Bend the knees, hands to knees, neutral spine. Come on up. Come on up. And set your blanket aside. Woo. Grab, grab one of your blocks. Take that between your legs, a little bit of a reset. I like to, when I'm doing this, I take the block long. You can also take it short. And I like to try to walk the feet in a little bit as I press into the block. What's it do to the pelvis, right? It widens those sit bones. And it just feels good. All right, take that block out, set it aside. Now, balance work. Feel free, come near a piece of anything that you can lean a hand on. Trust your body. I don't like to fight. I'll wiggle wobble some, but if I know I'm not sustaining a balanced pose, I just tap right back down and then come back into it again, especially when I'm kind of up and down looking at the silly screen. So start with whichever leg you want. How's that for a choice? I'm going to start not mirroring with my right leg, and I'm going to find mountain pose, right? Because all of these poses start from here. Solid, balanced hips over ankles, shoulders over hips, back of the head lining up with the sacrum. Legs active but not locked out. And just kind of feeling your sense of things in the world. And as you lean into your favorite first side, maybe you just peel the other leg off, hands to hips, and see if you can lift the knee off the floor or lift the foot off the floor. Find your focus point. Remember, one hand, one finger could be touching a wall. And then see if the knee will go out to the side. You can use your hand for support, and it doesn't have to be this high up. And then bring it center and let it come down. Shake it out. Go to the other side, your second favorite side. You're going to lean into that leg. Draw the hip in, by the way. I didn't say that on the other side. And peel the other foot off and lift. Just see if it will come up. Now, if you're working with balance and it's a challenge for you, you tap down, find your stability, come right back up again. No worries, right? And then take the knee out to the side. By the way, a lot of us use our hands for balance poses. So you can take the hands up if that's better for you, a little more tightrope walking kind of thing. And then bring it center and take it down, shake it out. Same thing, other side, adding on to it. You're going to bring the knee up and you're going to hold on to the bottom of your thigh, the underside of your thigh with your hand. Roll both shoulders back. Maybe take the other arm out to the side. Now I'm letting my leg be pretty heavy here in my hand. And then I want to see if I can extend the leg and then bend it. Extend out and bend. One more. Extend out, bend, take it out to the side, take it back to center, and shake it out. Do a little dance. All right, other side. Anybody remember that song? All right, centered mountain pose, right? Calm, abiding. All right, here we go. You're going to lift the other leg. You're going to take the hand under the thigh. You're going to take the other arm out and let the leg be a little bit heavy. Squeeze in through that standing leg's hip. Maybe you extend and bend. You don't even have to extend all the way, right? Where are you today? Just 3 of these. Bend the knee, Take it out to the side. Think about that. Bring it center. Whew, and let it go. Shake it out. We're almost there. Last balance pose. Bend the knee. Hand underneath. Take it out to the side. 1, you're here. 2, you're here. Extend it out to the side. 3, you can grab shin or big toe and take that out to the side. Bend the knee, bring it back to center, shake and let go. Find your breath, find center. Last one, last side. Remember this, right? I didn't talk about this a whole lot, but my buds out there know this. Draw that hip in, good stability, strong glutes, strong hips. Bring it up, hold underneath, arm out. Any portion of this, take it out. Extend or grab shin, grab toe, extend out. Bring it in, bring it center, let it go, shake it out. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. All right, back to the front of your mat, everybody. Inhale, reach up. Exhale all the way down. Oh, that feels good. Nice, easy forward fold. Let the knees be super soft here. Find your breath. Plant your hands downward facing dog. Breathe. Lower your knees to the floor. Find yourself turned around. Keep your strap near you and come on down to your backs. I knew we would run out of time if I kept on going because but we did almost everything that I wanted to do today. So come on down to your backs and some knee circles here. Feel your back. Feel your breath. And breathe. And then take your strap and place it through at the bottoms of your feet again. And take the strap as wide as it'll go comfortably for you. Just hold either end of that strap and go wide leg. And just rest for a moment. Find your breath. Just let the hands, the arms, the shoulders really be heavy here. Don't try to make this any more than it is. Let it be a sort of a resting pose. Breathe. And then slide the strap down so that the feet come together. Hold here. Draw the shoulders down to the floor. Bend your knees. Release your strap. Allow the knees to come over to one side, coming into a twist. If your knees don't easily come to the floor, please place a block under the knees. That makes the twist much more accessible, much more gentle. Level out the head, the neck. Soften your belly, soften your face, your jaw. Allow the breath to move in and move out. Feel it soften. And take the knees to center, go to the other side. And come to center. Now, optionally, and I'm sorry I didn't cue this ahead of time, I want you to consider a little bit different Shavasana. So grab your strap and make the loop a little bit bigger, just shy of maybe hips width apart. And then take the blanket if you can, and you might have to sit up for this. If you can do it laying down, that's awesome. So you're going to take your blanket and you're going to fold it up and then place it between your thighs and down to your knees. And then you're going to take the strap and lace it through your legs up to the center of your blanket. You're going to tighten it up a little bit so that the blanket doesn't go anywhere when you lay back down. And then find yourself back down on the floor with your legs straight for Shavasana. So the beauty of this is that your legs are contained. They are bound. Bound poses conserve energy. And with all of the leg and hip work that we've done today, it allows your legs to fully relax. So you feel just a gentle press against the strap with the legs. If you want to tighten the strap more, go ahead. Allow the shoulders to soften out on either side of you, the palms face up. Relax your toes. Relax your legs, your face. And feel this beautiful breath, this beautiful life-giving breath move in and move out. And know that sometimes it is really simply about showing up. The next step will often reveal itself if we just show up. Soft belly. Move deeper into this pose of surrender. You are holding tension anywhere in your body, let it go. Surrender to the floor, to the strap. Soften even more. Is there anything left that you can release? Those of you ready, if you want to stay in Shavasana longer, just let my voice be background noise. For those of you ready, go ahead and start to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Slowly draw your knees toward your chest and rock side to side. The whole time feeling the breath deepen, feeling your love for life and this journey growing. Allow the knees to roll to one side or the other. Curling up in fetal pose. And then ever so slowly coming back up to your seated pose. Bring your hands to your heart. Bow to your own inner goodness, your own inner compassion. Let us share that with the world in ways that make a difference. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Thank you so